I've never been more excited for an episode of Game of Thrones, and it looks like this one we will be getting our Battle of the Bastards type moment in Season 7 when our Fellowship of the Seven go beyond the wall on their mission to capture White and fight death itself, the Night King. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the wildfire bombs I'll be dropping in my upcoming videos. I've never seen a promo trailer that is this hype, and I think many of us understand that the conclusion of the story is on the horizon as we enter the final act of the Song of Ice and Fire and A Game of Thrones. There's only 8 episodes left in the series, and if my predictions are correct, then the next 8 episodes are about to blow us out of the water, including this next episode upcoming Sunday. We see our 7 companions go north beyond the wall on what looks like to be a suicide mission. But we know the Hound, despite his shortcomings, is a trustworthy person, and if he has a vision in the flames, it must mean something. We can see that he is leading them towards the mountain that looks like an arrowhead, which looks eerily similar to the mountain that was in the background where the Children of the Forest transformed a man into the Night King. I've always thought that Sandor was destined for greater things, and the sheer fact that he wasn't killed by his brother when he was a child when Gregor put his face in the fire signifies to me that he is one of the Lord of Light's champions, someone that will be important in the side that fights for the living. In this shot, we see that Sandor is using what looks to be like a warhammer, and perhaps even Gendry's warhammer, as a swarm of lights trap them on a rock in the middle of a frozen lake. I do think that Sandor will be featured in this episode, not just because of his strength as a fighter, but because of his resolve as a character. Now, I know many people are saying that Gendry is dead because Sandor is wielding his hammer, but I think that Sandor will save his life just in the nick of time so he can escape unscathed. And as you know, the Hound is my favorite character, so I can't wait to see him in action alongside Jon Snow and his new BFF, Tormund Giantsbane. But it looks like their mission beyond the wall is not going to go as planned, and in multiple shots we see they are either surrounded or being ambushed by the army of the dead. There are absolutely amazing shots in this trailer, but we have to look back at the shots that were shown previously in other trailers, such as when Beric lights his sword on fire, giving off that Jedi lightsaber vibe, the horde of Whites crashing in on the group, and of course the group is running for their life away from what I think will be ice spiders. I do think that since Jon has been so stoic in the face of fear, and we saw this in the last episode when Drogon became docile in his presence, I think we may get a similar shot with the Night King and Jon staring at each other, and Jon is going to fight the White Walkers and go right at the Night King. Now, one thing I did want to address is while many characters have had Azor Ahai-like prophetic events happen in their arcs, I do think that Jon's story arc represents the hero's journey. It's going to be interesting to see who survives this battle, as usually in the penultimate episode of the season, we get a major death or conflict like the Red Wedding or the Battle of the Bastards. Let's be honest, this is what we've all been waiting for this season, and I cannot wait to see them take out Whites like Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn took out the orcs in the Two Towers in Lord of the Rings. In the trailer, we also see that Daenerys and Tyrion look out towards the sea, and I think if we paid attention to the reaction that Daenerys had when Jon was leaving, and we listened to what she said when she became accustomed to his presence, it's possible that she may be missing him. I think that they have obviously developed feelings for each other, and I'm wondering if there's a situation where somehow Jon and co escape the grasp of the White Walkers and the Night King, and perhaps someone like Bran, because of his far-reaching abilities, contacts Daenerys to go north beyond the wall to help save them. I can't imagine that a group of 12 or so people might stand a chance against the Night King and some White Walkers, and perhaps even 100,000 Whites. Something has to go wrong here, and I do think this will be a setup for the Night King attacking the wall and somehow breaching it in the final episode of this season. We also see in the trailer that they are trying to set up a conflict between Sansa and Arya Stark, and while Arya does have a good reason to feel like Sansa is not a true Stark because of her actions, I think there is something larger at play here. Neither of them are in King's Landing anymore, they are in the confines and comforts of Winterfell, and I think this makes for an interesting scenario where Littlefinger is actually the one being set up. We have to remember that Arya was trained by the Faceless Men and Jack and Hagar, where they are experts at studying the person they are about to give the gift of death, and I don't think Arya is that stupid, and we have seen Sansa say several times that she does not trust Peter Baelish. I do think they are going to somehow figure out how to work together, and it's possible they are already working together in secret, but we have to remember that there's a wild card in this situation, and that is Bran Stark. In every scene since Bran has been back, there has been either a raven cawing in the background or in the presence of Peter and the Stark girls. So perhaps all three of the Stark siblings have had enough of Littlefinger's machinations. I think we will see quite a few deaths in the next episode, but I definitely don't think that Jon Snow, Gendry, Tormund, or Sandor Clegane will die. They all have a bigger role to play in the War for Dawn. Let me know in the comments section what you are most hyped for in the next episode. Who do you think will be the MVP of the episode? And give me a fun tinfoil prediction that might be a little far-fetched. If you enjoyed this video as well, a like would be much appreciated. I'm going to set a goal of 777 likes for this video. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the wildfire bombs I'll be dropping in my upcoming videos. And if you'd like, you can also check out my Patreon and become a member of our Wildfire Azor Hype community. I have some amazing rewards with special live streams, early access to videos, and channel news. You can pledge any amount you so please, and it helps me out greatly so I can get new equipment, art, and things that help the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you all have an amazing Game of Thrones filled day. 7 blessings.
Fuck the king.
How much for your little plan?